Hello guys and welcome back. So let's take a look now. What do we need to control this? Well, we need a few things, not that many. I'm gonna allow editing and I'm gonna dive inside. And what we need is we need access to this noise. So let's expose all these guys. Okay. And let me copy this node, paste it here. Because it's actually, I'm not going to copy, I'm going to right click, create reference, and I'm going to use that same node there. And then here for the, we need the scatter points, and then we need the noise for the volume as well. So let's go up and let's do right click, type properties, and I'm going to add few things. I'm going to add a group. I'm going to call this main controls, pardon me, and I'm going to drag and drop this. I'm going to call this base or level. Okay, so it's either the first time or the base, or if it's a secondary fracture, and then these two will stay. And I'm going to create another group, call this fracture controls. And what we need here is we need few things. First, foremost, this guy, scatter. Okay, and overall, I don't need any relaxation feature. I don't want that. And we're going to create a second tab. I'm going to duplicate this. Don't need this parameter. I'm gonna call this volume controls, and with the volume controls I'm going to expose these guys, that's all. And let's disable cooking. So we need the frequency, we need the offset, and we need the amplitude. That's it. I'm not gonna expose everything. And then here we need offset, frequency, amplitude, and this is I want more control, so I'll add the roughness. Okay, that's there, that's good. And the resolution of the volume as well. I'll increase this, expose this. I'm gonna hit apply. Okay, so as you can see now it made 3 tabs. I personally don't like tabs, so I'm gonna say it's simple, and this is going to create a very elegant interface in my opinion. Name, and let's fix this guy too. Why is it not showing the names? I was hoping for it to show the names. This is yeah, I'm not sure why this is not displaying that. Maybe it's the other way. Let's call this base and level, and let's see if this works. Okay, that still works. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, so for this, sorry. For this, it's the token is the value that's going to be used for that guy. And I'm going to create a shortcut for this because I'm going to be using it for quite some time. So Control Shift Alt, that will open this guy, and here I'm going to hold Alt, I would assume something with the Alt key. It's mapped to something. So let's try Alt T, it's mapped to something. Shift Y, it's mapped to something. Control Shift B. Okay, Control Shift B will give me this UI now, and you can see the shortcut here. Okay, so let's see, we have these guys, all is good, and interface has propagated. So let's say match current definition to lock everything, and for this guy, let's say it's 25 points, 50 points. Okay, and then here I'm going to say 20 points, and I'm going to lower the fracture and the frequency as well. And the volume, let's lower this to 0.2, and let's increase this to 60, maybe even more, 120. And let's make sure the names are correct. So this is going to create the loop over level 1, which is created here. It's going to loop over level 1, generate level 2, and this guy is going to loop over level 2 and generate level 3. And I think the last option I would like to have is the global seed, which for some reason is not changing per iteration, and that's something crucial that we have to have. So I don't know when this got lost, but we definitely have to use the for each loop to drive that. So let's allow editing, open the OTL again. It's linked to the iteration, but let's add a new attribute here, and let's call it integer. It's an integer attribute, and let's call it offset. I'm going to copy this, and let's do paste relative reference, delete channels, and then here I'm going to say plus this guy. So let's add quotes or backticks before. It doesn't like the backticks, and it's an integer attribute. Let's check a few things. Offset. Let's copy this. Yep, so that works. Okay, it's working. Yeah, I'm not sure why that was not. Okay, so now we have an integer that we can use to offset things, and I'm going to expose this at the upper level under the fracture control. So this offset or seed, yeah, let's call it seed. And hit apply, and let's go back. Okay, so now we have this guy, and let's change the seed. Okay, we get different patterns, cool. And let's check these guys. Sweet. And let's take a look here. And let's lower maybe the noise. Let's do 0. Sometimes the resolution of the volume is very important because that's what we use to generate the points. Okay, this is better. And let's set this to 80. Yeah, I like this. So I'm gonna copy these two guys, and we can add levels as many as we want, and that's basically the whole idea. We can iterate over this without having to worry too much. If we like settings from one of these nodes, we can just copy it to other nodes, and with the same edge displacement and same everything. So let's see here. I'm gonna loop over level 3 and create level 4. And let's set it to 10 points. And let's randomize a few things. Okay, so here I'm gonna say I'm gonna view all the levels. Okay, so level 1, that's level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 3, that's it. Level 2 and level 1, and that's how we're going to display the destruction. I mean, with the constraints and everything. And level 4. With the constraints and everything, we're going to make a great use of these guys. Even though the pattern looks like this, we're not necessarily going to display them. They're not going to look this way. They will have a potential of breaking following certain cracks, but the pieces themselves will have different glues and everything that will make this look much more organic. Now, in terms of features that we need to add, or that I had in my original fracture node, let me check one more thing, is let me check. Yeah, I had some debug things, and then what else? And then the probability for how many, the chance of the pieces being affected, but I don't think I used that much. So I'll show the other nodes, the original node that I had, but overall this is pretty much how it's going to work, and the goal is to get interesting fracture generated. Now, I do feel that something is not working as I expected, and I can't pinpoint where it is. Okay, so that's there. Let's do an exploded view. Let's do an assemble node. I fix the name attribute and do an exploded view. Yeah, I think it's working. I just, this edge displacement is not present on the other layers. That's why it doesn't feel perfect. But overall, I think it's a pretty cool pattern, and we're going to reuse this node to start fracturing everything we have in the scene, and we'll add features as we need. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in a bit.